True Culture on Human Nature TV, back with the tap in. Today we have the pleasure of tapping in with Marc Andre,
Thank
artist,
you.
rapper, model, just an all around great, eclectic, awesome artist, man. Dope artist, but even better brother. So how you doing today, Marc?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Awesome. Let's give our brother Marc Andre a warm True Culture welcome. Let's do it. Let's do it. We love that he's here with us today. Yes, yes,
Clap for
yes,
him. Clap
yes.
for him.
Love the fact that he's here with us today, man. Blessing us with his presence, virtual presence.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
really excited.
Got
I'm really excited.
my partner in Shine here with us today, Jay Sade. We glad to
Hello,
have you.
hello.
Yes. So let's get right to it, man. We got Marc Andre here, man. This is awesome, Marc. And I want to start this off by asking you, because I know you actually came to the US when you were a teenager, and that's just something that's so fascinating to me. So I want to know, who is Marc Andre? Can you fill us in a little bit of your background, your backstory?
Yeah, sure. Marc Andre is this guy, this man that whatever you put him as a form of human, There's this man that came from Paris, when he was 14, born and raised in France. Came from an immigrant family. Uh, so it really started from the bottom, really started from nothing. Trying to come up and really inspire the world. So came here out of age of 14 in America, still living in France, live in Maryland, DMV, area from Montgomery County. I went to high school in Montgomery County. I went to Magruder, then I went to Northwest High School. Then I moved to PG County. I was living in Hyattsville, Riverdale, Landover. Yeah, you name it. And yeah, did my thing, did my own thing. I'm in New York, just inspiring the people. Just a guy that's really want to inspire the world with his story and really be accepted, for what it is. And hopefully, that led to everybody to be themselves.
That's
That's what
dope.
remarkable
That's
is.
dope. So you really want to use your art to inspire the world to be better human beings. That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. It's important.
That's amazing, man. It's honestly great to hear that. It's refreshing to hear that, because a lot of artists don't feel that way. A lot of artists are just, they in it for the money, you know what I mean, in it for the fame. And I know you're different, but just to hear you say that is awesome. You know what I mean? You reassure me, you know what I'm saying, that how I feel about you is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
You welcome. You welcome.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Studio. You in the studio, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty awesome. So with COVID and everything going on, how does that impact how you working and creating? You in the studio right now, so you still working.
I mean, right now, during the time when it was getting crazy, I had to record at home, so that's what I was doing. So I got equipment at home, so I recorded myself at home and took the time to get away because it was getting crazy. And then also studio people just becoming uninvited, they come you tell one person to pull up, it's 5 deep, and so it was getting too risky. It was getting too risky, I couldn't do that. So I just recorded on my own. And also it was good sometimes just have time on your own, to really put your ideas together, because that gave me a time to do an EP that's really doing good right now. So that was that really the
Yeah.
lesson I got of that.
Yeah, Renaissance Man is dope for sure.
Thank you.
Renaissance Man. What inspired that title, man? I love the word Renaissance, especially when man or woman is behind it. What inspired that title?
I don't know. I always call myself a Renaissance man. Funny story. One of my exes, first time we met, it was a couple of years ago, and she saw me at a show. And I came with my friend, I didn't know nobody in there, but I guess she knew people in there. She came up to me and be I just want to know about you. So I was cool. It's what are you? And the first thing that came out of my mind was like, I'm a Renaissance man.
Oh, I
and
love it.
she and she was like, from that one, like,
She
I
liked
guess
that
that
answer.
she definitely liked it. So we went out because we went out for 2 years. So she definitely liked that answer, and she asked me, okay, what is that? And Renaissance man is somebody like I feel like I don't know. I don't put no title on what I do when it comes to art. I'm whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it comes to music, I could do any genre of music. I have my own identity, but I could do any genre based of my own identity, of my own ideas. So like even like I do clothes, the fashion, I do like mad stuff. I'm just artsy, like this
Yeah,
is the person I am.
multifaceted for sure, man. Definitely. I feel like you are the epitome of a Renaissance man. You know what I mean? You
So
do so much, you've multifaceted, first of all, but then you actually care about humanity. I mean, damn, like definitely a
exactly.
prime example of a Renaissance man for sure.
Always up to a new start. This
Yeah.
is what it's really about. I mean, if you think about it, Renaissance, the time period of Renaissance, what they call it, is just like
Mm-hmm.
a new reinvention of like the art of the time. So it's like a new artist, new art that was coming up at the time. So whoever that came out and pushed that art was Renaissance man. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do. Like bring something different with music, something like, oh wow, damn. I never really heard of that. That's like, that's unique, so that's
Yeah.
Renaissance man.
I definitely get that from your music and your artistry. It definitely is. It's deep for sure. And
Thank you.
I love how open and free you are with your art, man. It's awesome.
You gotta be. You gotta set you free, Art
Yeah.
is there for
I totally agree with
definitely.
that.
Absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
you're so like a breath of fresh air, excuse me, because
Mm-hmm.
we kind of see now that things are, I mean, the same kind of content in terms of like what we're hearing, and you're a whole different package. So being exactly who you are and being this Renaissance man, I think it amplifies your unique space in art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
definitely
that
does.
definitely, like, if you think about it, like, like in life, even in business, like a business that works, that's doing good, they reinvent themselves every year. Every
Mm,
year they gotta come out with something new that like they're gonna keep push the brand up, like So like that's why, like, not like I'm trying to be somebody else. I'm not. I'm always gonna be me. But like it's different phases in my life that I am.
yeah.
And through music I learned that too. Sometimes I listen to shit that I made like back in the day to compare it to like shit I made now. Yeah, I could see the evolution. And even like it's still me, still going the same emotion, but the way I talk about it, the way I approach it is way different to the ages. So, so you always gotta like keep your identity, but always know that you gotta stay with the current time at the same
Yeah,
time.
you're right about that, brother. I definitely have seen your evolution, and I love your growth in your music. I met you, shit. I feel like it's been 10 years ago now. I mean, it was so long ago I met you, man. The first time I met you, you were
Word.
performing, and
Yeah,
I
hip
can't
hop
recall
yoga.
the show. Yeah, bro, like, and you stole the show. Like I don't even
Yeah,
recall who you were in a group with. It was two of you guys, and all I recall you. And I want to
yeah.
ask you, that wasn't Tsunami, was it, that you were with back
Nah,
then?
nah.
That
That was
wasn't the
my.
Wade brothers didn't start till later on, right?
Nah, yeah, that's YP. Shout out YP,
Oh,
man.
shout
Like,
him out, man.
yeah, YP, man. YP 420, man. That's my guy. That was actually the co-host of the Hip Hop Yoga Show with Paperboy, and
Okay,
then great friendship, like great friend, because I used to come at the time, like I used to come there, like, yo, I want to rap, and give me a shot. And the time actually you came, it's funny. They had a contest,
yeah, it was a contest.
which one, yeah, it was gonna perform in New York, and and I was just the underdog that day. Like they didn't, nobody expected me to like really rock out the show the way I did. Ever since, and even because at that time it was crazy. I was homeless at the time, so like I had no.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was homeless at the time. My dad had lost his house. We were like homeless, so and what was that like I got kicked out, so I was figuring things out, where to go. And after that show, I killed it so much that YP was like, yo, pull up to the crib, and then we end up making music, end up like, showing my stuff, and then I end up living with Paperboy and YP, and like, after that, the rest is just history. So, it's funny that, and then that show too, because it was my first show in New York, that I got that because the person who won, felt like it was kind of arranged. I know who arranged it.
That definitely was.
So I
ain't gonna say who produced that show either, but
it was definitely arranged. So people like that day was in the crowd. They were like, nah, he should have won. Like, he should have go. And like, I don't care. Even YP was like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Even if I'm the co-host, my man should have won. Like,
Yeah.
But by default, so they took me in New York, and I had my first show in New York because of that. But it's just funny background story about it. So like, it's funny that you were at that show. That show was crazy. Like,
Yeah, man, that shit was so long ago. Man, it was a good show, but you definitely stole it. I mean, your energy and stage presence was out of this world, man. Like, so impressive. I really love music and I really love the art. So it's, I really, really look at details. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to energy and how something feels when I'm listening to it and watching it. And I just felt you, man. Like, you really rocked that stage out, man. You came there with some shit to get off your chest for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that was the time, man. That was the time. That was really the time.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, 10 years ago, and the energy is still really real. That's a lot of energy that keep up with that kind of time.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, life is crazy, so you gotta keep your energy intact. That's how I feel. Like, and you gotta let people feel it too. That's the point of of being an artist. Like, people gotta feel your energy for them to relate to you. There's some people that that probably feel the same way, want to explode the same way, but they're not gonna do it because they may not be free with themselves, or they like. But if they see you doing it, and see you like out here being free yourself, that's you inspire people. Be like, damn, like, wow, like this guy did it, like, because that's how it happened to me. Like, yes, like I saw my favorite artist, like, many times, and like, I saw somebody live, and like, I don't know, just that feeling that gave me. So like, if I could give that to somebody else, it's like, I think that's what matters the most.
That's dope. And you convey that in so many different ways, man. Like, what form of art do you identify with and connect with the most?
I say music, of course, music. But I don't know. I also like fashion, and I also like, I really love fashion. I really love clothes. I love, like, painting, like, like just being artsy around it, but more also movies. That's one thing I've been like really like touched yet, but I'm touching it right now because I'm actually, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm working on some, little documentary stuff, like, it's more personal home movie, and like that's what I want to touch, like, that side. But that's gonna come. I don't even like doubt about it. When I have like everything in front of me to really put things together, like people going to see that side of me, because I have ideas with like cinema, like, and movies, and even shows, like I want to do like that really, like, probably change shit, like, of shit like I watch and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely, like, but it's everything go hands to hand. So like music, sure, my first love, of course, music, fashion, and like, movies, for real, and then the rest comes in.
That's dope. That's dope.
That is. In terms of, because you've got so much going on, how do you protect your peace? How do you protect your projects, your creativity? When it's easy for people to kind of take something and run with it.
It's who you align yourself with too. You are the company that you keep, and you could see that every day. Who you talk to every day on your phone, the person, like the people that you're around with, they're there for a reason. Because yes, like kind of same-minded, like, type of people.
Yeah.
Even though we're different, but we all have the same goal. Like, y'all relate on a lot of stuff that's like y'all believe on the same idea. So based on who you align yourself with, that also direct your direction and where you're going in life, you know. So if you align yourself with bad energy all the time, don't be surprised that bad stuff's gonna happen, because you know that's the energy that you want around. You know,
Right.
my energy is just like, I want people that create and want to elevate. You know, like wherever we at, because I know how I feel. I came from nothing, and now I'm not even, I don't feel I made it yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm still on the working process. And then probably even if I made it, I'm still going to feel like deep inside the person that I am, that I could still push the boundaries better to, like, you know, create something new that's going to help somebody 10 years after me, 20 years after me, you know? So it's like, that's how I see it. So like, the person I am, I just want to be surrounded people that, like, it's cool to see, like, damn, remember when we used to do, like, right now, you know, we talking about hip hop yoga. That's a, you know, a very important phase in my life. Like, with that, I wouldn't probably be where I'm at. Like, you know, it makes sense. He led to so many things. So it's like, even see everybody that is like coming out of that will elevate from that. That's how you keep, like, you know. So that starts from that for me. Like, you know, the energy that you keep around you to make sure that, like, you know, you're going towards your goals and you're not out of your goals, you know.
I love that about you, man. Like, it's funny, like, somebody else that would have gotten a spot in the Kanye West fashion show their head would have blown up after that. They would have been like, "Oh, I made it," or "I'm about to really be plugged in." And it just made you work harder, man. You like really, really like was like, okay, now I feel it, and now I'm about to really put the pedal to the metal. And I really respect that, man, because a lot of people, they don't know how to remain focused on their goal once something big happens in their life. Once they accomplish something big in their life, they don't really know how to, you know, continue on, move forward with the same passion, the same energy as before.
You don't.
So
Bad. There you go. There you
Welcome
go.
back.
He's back.
back. Let's go.
Yes.
Good.
He's back. So glad to have you back with us, man. Reception and a lot of other things have been we've been dealing with some technical difficulties, but it's all good, man. But I just wanna continue on what we were talking about, and I just want to give you major props for remaining focused on your goal, even though you made a major accomplishment when you got booked for for the Kanye fashion show, man. That was big news right there. That was a big deal. And you
Yeah.
hopped off that stage and you kept it moving. Like you said, I'm still gonna move and stay focused on my goals. How did that how did that feel, man? Being there with being there and being included with the fashion show and bumping shoulders with all of the celebrities and looking so fly while you were doing it, man. How was that experience?
It's crazy, and I don't know. It goes back to, like I was saying earlier, like the whole story even behind it is even crazy, you know. Because, like, to be honest, like before that, I didn't even know if I'm gonna make it, you know. Because I didn't know at all. Like, I went, like, even to be honest, I didn't want to do it at first, like, at all. This one of my friend, like, I got fired from a job, and I got depressed because, you know, it was like early when I first moved to New York. You know, things was going good, and then now things will start going like, you're gonna feel what New York feels like when shit's going bad for you. You know, so that was that moment. So at that time, I did, like, I was lost. It's like, damn, now she's getting fucked up. What the fuck am I gonna do? So therefore, I was not really thinking about, like, doing no fashion shit. And then at the time, Kanye was mad popular. Like, he was like highest, like, peak. Everything he does, like, everybody wanted to be part of it so bad. So a fashion show in New York, I knew it was just gonna be like, yo, probably some shit behind it. So I just told myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, be around that.
Yeah.
Then when my friends just called me, it's just like, nah, like, you never know. Maybe you can meet Kanye. You different. You know, it's like, you never, like, you know, shit. I was like, okay, how many people are different? We're New York City. But, you know, he was like, he was a friend that, like, you know, I have really, like, respect for and trusted. Like, you know, every time he told me a judgment about doing something artistically, he always happens to be, like, you know, happens to be good, and it happens. So you really helped me. So I was like, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose right now, you know? So I just waited for my hours. And like, you know, it was like probably 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours I waited to get a picture taken. But, you know, after that, there was no calls or anything. So life still had to go on. And what happened is I ended up getting arrested in New York. You know, like jumping the train, like turnstile, some shit. You know, so I ended up getting arrested for it. So I ended up going to bookings, you know, for it. And that happened like in the midst, like the show should have happened probably like a day before, you know. So I was in bookings and my phone was already like at the cops. I was like, yo, nah, it's no way I'm gonna make this shit now, because they call me, I can't even answer. I'm in the worst, like, it's a bad place. It's not even like the worst, but it's like, yo, you know, I don't need to be in this fucking shit right now, like, you know. And I'm in there, like, you know, and you just like, damn, you felt like everything is going wrong right now. Like, yo, what's the hope? You know, got out bookings, I guess it's the night before the show. So get my phone and everything, go home, go talk, like, you know, see my friend, smoke whatever, and chop it up. Be like, damn, the show is tomorrow. The fuck, like, you know, it was a big deal at the time. That show was like actually like the talk in town. Like, it was gonna be the shit.
Yeah, that was a huge show.
Yeah, so everybody was. I knew like more people was trying to shot. Like, it was something like, you know, and for also beyond the point for a lot of like black kids, you know, it was a shot for them to be like finally like have a shot to be in fashion. As weird as that sound, like, you know, Kanye want to put it. I mean, I'm pretty sure he thought about it, you know, and the fact is like, I just want to cast, you know, black and like brown kids, like, you know, for this show specifically. I just want to like showcase that. Yeah, a couple like, you know, no, most people were like black, you know. There was no like really no white people like on that show. There was black, like black, Hispanic, like brown, like, you know, people of colors.
People of color, yeah.
And then also teenagers, like kids like you went probably like probably try out for fashion shows and shit like that because it's so strict and agency. If made it, have a shot. So therefore we talk about that. And so my phone, I got my phone was dead. Charged my phone, and the first call, like even my phone even get to the screen saver and all that. Like my phone, as soon as you turn on, the call just pop up. So I take it. It's like they tell me like, yo, you made it to Yeezy season 3. Come tomorrow at 5 a.m. Madison Square Garden. I was like, why? Like, yo, we screamed. Like, we went crazy.
I bet you did.
Crazy. We were like, what? Like, we were like, what? This is like, yo, we were like, I didn't even believe it. Yo, I called friends, they screaming on the phone, like, ah, like they were waiting, like they were like, this girl I remember I used to talk to, she waited with her friend, they were like, for me to call them to tell them, like, you know, the decision. When I told them they were together, they started screaming like, yo, I won like $1 million or something. And
that's dope, man.
Yeah, even then, like during the whole experience, it didn't hit me. You know, I knew a couple people, I met new people. You know, it was an experience. Like, I felt the people that were around the whole like thing became all friend. Like they're not all friend, but they know each other. Like, and some of that even became real friend. I know some of those people, like, you know, during that show, I became real friend after we ended up even working on music. You know, and became really like friend because of that show. So yeah, like the fact so that happened, it didn't hit me. And it's crazy shit. The crazy shit after the show, I got locked up again. You know, so I couldn't
man,
even
just trying to bring you down, man.
Celebrate the show. We went to a
Let
club,
my man be great, man.
So I didn't even like the whole day. My phone was dead though, because I couldn't use my phone during the show. So they took our phone and whatnot. So I probably a glimpse of people seeing me and thanking me, but the phone was too going crazy. And I was going at the time he died, and time once again, you know, I'm right back again. And the crazy shit of that story is like, so when I was in booking, there was somebody that went to the show. So somebody saw me.
They saw
And
you
he
at the
was like, so I'm in the cell, and it were all like a bunch of people, and he was like, yo, well, you had that Yeezy season show. I saw you. You went on the stage. I was there. You know, I was there with my girl. Like I was like, you know, I just got arrested for some dumb shit, and as I saw you, I was there. And then everybody like in the cell, so I was like, what? You were there and everything, like, you know, asking me
wow.
like mad question about it and everything, and like, you know, and people were like, yo, you should not like, yo, you should be out there. But I didn't realize the impact still then, you know, because once I done it, I saw everybody that I could see in the industry in my life. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
it's
everybody was
crazy.
at that show.
Yo, I was like, yo, like, what is this person? Like, man, my head didn't hit me. You didn't hit me. You just hit me the moment, like, damn, it was just a moment in life. Like, I don't know. I was walking. I was not there. My body was probably there, but my mind was not there. It was just something like a dream I was walking on, you know, for a second.
Is
And
that
then
is
when I
that
got
where
my
you met? Is that where you ended up first meeting Pharrell? Because I know you've had some interaction
Nah,
with Pharrell.
that was in that time. I
That
first
wasn't
ended
it.
up meeting
Okay.
Pharrell, but it was my first time meeting Kanye. You know,
Mm.
it was that time. So yeah, I guess after when I got my phone back and I saw all the message, all the reposts, and people was like, "Wow, we saw you!" Like people were telling me like they crying watching the show because they knew me, they knew where I'm from, and they knew like, you know, like they knew the shit I've been through to get there. You
Right.
know, as a person and the struggle I go through to make that shit happen. So for them to see me there on that like Madison Square Garden, like, you know, for people in Maryland, it was a big deal for a lot of people. Like, you know, I knew a lot of my friends, like, you know, and even in Paris, like my mom saw me and shit. Like I didn't even know that. Like, you know, she saw the show, like,
That's dope.
and yeah, like so stuff like that. So I cherish that, you know, I cherish that because that shit was like a startup for everything that like is going on right now. That shit opened so many doors for me. I can't even be thankful for it. Like, you know.
And so, but so many designers respect you and respect your work as a model and as an artist. And can you name a couple, just a few? Because I know you work with so many designers. Just name a few designers for our listeners that you've worked with.
Lenny Vuitton is my guy.
He got some
Uh,
dope designs, man.
yeah, this guy's insane. Lenny Vuitton, Tom Bogo, shit. Like who else? So many people. So many people. Like yo, it's just so many people. Like Yoshi Yamamoto, I've done some stuff for them. Tony Rainwater, Bryce Barnes. Uh, you know, checking balances. My homegirl Jamila. I've said like Yoshi Yamamoto, you name it, like my own brand, myself, like, you know, and then like I don't know, a bunch of like just people like that reached out to me, like Kevin, like, you know, a bunch of people that like really reached out, like as far
Hmm.
as like, you know, people that even make that select, like, you know, that don't even make clothes like that, but they will make a piece and just send it to me, you know. But mainly like the personal styles, me, it's myself. You know, a lot of people be thinking like, oh, you be like, you know, it's just me. Just me. I like to go thrift and just
Yeah,
wear
the
my
way you put
style. Like,
man, you got your own style, and I love it, man. The way you put your shit together. It's probably why so many designers are attracted to you. You know, they're
yeah.
drawn to you because you are a walking, like, to me, you're walking art. You're walking
I
art,
have that
man.
right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Especially.
And you put out so much good energy too. I mean, people can't help but be drawn to you. So that's just aligned. That's just perfect right there. You know what I mean? You're in alignment for sure.
It's
No,
completely
definitely.
natural. It's completely natural. So with all these different designers wanting to send you pieces and you working with various artists, how do you choose who you decide to work with?
Uh, it's almost like I I guess I would say like who really likes my style, who really wants to work, you know. It's not really like fashion is like a bit complicated than music, you know. It's really like a circle. It's really a circle. It's really who you know. Or if you're not
Mm.
like, you know, in the agency, it's really kind of like it's kind of dead. So for me, the relationship I build with fashion is people that actually like we have like they're friends. They're not like besides like Yoshi Yamamoto, but even that is what through a friend that I got that gig to be with them, you know, somebody that actually was with me in Yeezy season 3, the show, Kanye West show. Then we became real friend after that, and he kept going, doing his modeling thing at a high level, or why not? And it's just like, you know, you got an image too, and you know, I could tap in on some people for you, so that's that. But like, you know, other friends, those are like my friends. Like, you know, like those are people like I work with on different like aspects. Like, you know, my boy Lenny Vuitton, like, you know, I saw him grow as a designer. You know, those are people I saw like when people didn't really like, I was their first model.
Yeah,
The
you've been
first
wearing him for years. You've been wearing him for
Yeah,
some
like
years now, for sure.
I was his first model, like the first one, like, you know, he actually, and then like I said, like we met randomly. It was mad random. You know, his details. I saw like a sweater he was wearing, and I was like, "Damn, that's interesting." Like, you know, where'd you get that? He's like, "I made it." You know, and he was like, "But I was like, cool. I model too." I told him, "Dude, was like, cool. Hit me up." You know, like, you know, and eventually he saw what I was doing. They eventually like give me a shot. It's like, you know, like, yo, you want to do this shoot? And the shoot came out perfectly, and then we became friends ever since. Like you just became friends. You just became new family, like, you know, to me.
And then is that how you were able to link up with Lil B for the feature on your part 2 song off of your
Nah, not
Renaissance?
even that. Nah, Lil B is just like, I just hit him up. You know, I hit him up. I mean, actually, a friend of mine had a feature with Lil B. You know, and he didn't push it well, whatever. He didn't like it. You know, he's like, I feel Lil B bullshit him on the verse, or why not? But he give me the, you give him the contact to, like, you know, to Lil B, you know, to get that, to make that happen. So through that to that friend, you know, I make that happen, hit him up, you know, show him the song, show him the concept. He fuck with it. You know, we agree on, like, you know, what we need to agree on to make that shit happen, and we made it happen. And I'm glad actually, like, you know, he actually, his verse, he can actually make like something like that makes sense on the song, and he
Yeah,
actually took fun to make it, you know, and now he's doing plays, probably at 10,000 plays on Spotify. So like, you know, it's good, like it's doing good. So
yeah.
that just naturally happened. Also, we like same horoscope sign. So like, I guess I told him that, and we also talk outside. Like, you give me advice, you know, outside of that too. You know, tell
That's
me like,
dope.
you know, don't do that as a new artist. Like, you know, just do that. Like, you know, just take this and that, and from there, the connection really created beyond it's just a feature. You know.
Yeah, that's the part of Little B I feel like people don't talk about enough. Is his his activism, his
Yeah, it's very
philanthropy, his
genuine.
yeah, he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He speaks out on certain issues politically, and I mean, people know him from the pack. The old his one of his I don't know if they
Yeah.
officially broke up or not, but I know they haven't put out any new music in years. So I just want to say he's a solo artist now, but he's definitely a decent guy, man. He's done a lot of stuff that I didn't even realize he did. So
Yeah.
that was a good link
Definitely
up right there,
impacted the
man.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, and it's funny, like, you know, even the story of that song is just insane to me. You know, like 10 years ago, I was in high school. I used to bump Lil B, like the song "Wonton Soup." You know, I used to be like smoke my J, like after cut class, riding around the back of the car, like doing the hood rat shit with my friend. Fuck with the song, and I was like lit. And 10 years from now I'm having a song with him. He's on my remix of my song. You feel me? So it's just like that's just show, like, that's just show the, like, where you can take your, like, you know, if you really believe in your craft and believe in yourself, like, where it can take you,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So how much time do you spend in the studio or on fashion, just being creative? Is it
24/7.
okay?
365. It's not a day I don't think, like, I don't work on, like, on music or something artistic. Like, you know, even if I don't create something, I gotta listen to music. I got the
Mm.
right, like, I don't know, it's just come second nature. Like, it's just 24/7. It's never gonna stop. I don't think so. Like, even I'm 65, I will find a way to make my music appealing. Like, you know, maybe do a salsa album or some shit like that. You
Mhm.
know, something like really like out of my age group, you know, but I don't think so he would quit adding me. Like, you know, like, music saved my life. literally.
Mm.
So I feel it's like a second, like a lifesaver, like something like, you know, when I fell down, I fell low, it just bring me back to life. Be like, okay, yo, but look, you know, you're alive with this. You make people come alive with this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay alive with this. So that shit never gonna go. It's a gift from God. So I try to quit many times, tell myself, even online, and be like, man, fuck this, I won't quit. But at the end of the day, I wake up, be like, I can't quit to fuck. Like, you know, this is what I do the best. That's what I love to do. So.
And there's no plan B. This is it.
Yeah, no
Exactly,
plan
no
B.
plan B.
I love
Exactly.
it. I love when you said that. No plan B, man. I'm interested in how you um linked up with Tsunami, and how did you start the Wave Brothers, man? Because y'all the Wave Brothers is
Tsunami.
wavy, man. I love y'all.
Yeah, Tsunami Science, like, it's my little bro, but this guy is a great human being. He inspires me. Like, I learned a lot, like, you know, and like, even though, like, the story even behind, like, you know, our friendship is really life. I had a friend, like, when I was, like, you know, like, his age, because he's younger than me, you know, by a couple years. And so he was like, we born in the same month, 2 days apart.
Mm.
So, you know, he was born the 11th, which is like day of hip hop, and like, you know, rest in peace, my boy Randy. So Randy was like, you know, kind of neighborhood famous dude when I was in Maryland. You know, as a kid, like a guy like everybody knew. Like, wherever you go, you knew him. Like, you know, but I happened to like cross paths with him and became close. Like, you know, and I ended up, like, you know, when shit was fucked up for me. There's a lot of time for me in my life. I was homeless and I had nowhere to stay, so I had to move to places. So at one
Mm-hmm.
point, I stayed with him. And Randy, like, me and Randy really, like, you know, because we went through some shit from the bottom. That was before New York and before everything. I learned some shit from him, you know. So he was born the same day as Tsunami. Fortunately, Randy passed away, like, in 2016, a little bit, like, couple months after I did the Yeezy season 3. So
Sorry
he
to hear
saw me
that,
on
brother.
that,
I didn't
like,
know
you
about
know,
that.
yeah. So that connection is weird because a year later, like later on that year or year later, I met Tsunami randomly. Like, you know, I was supposed to go to this photo shoot. We were invited, and we were locked outside the building, me and him. And it was another kid that ended up working with us too. It's so funny, you know. So we all met for the first time, but you knew that they knew each other. So I come in, we locked in outside. It was mad cold. Then he's rolling up a joint and a J, and then he was like, "Well, we're stuck outside. Might as well smoke," you know. And
Cannabis always
yeah,
brings people together.
so
Cannabis
the
is just like
friendship just started
music,
from there. From
brings
there,
people
like
together.
from there we were there. So we got inside the building eventually, but we didn't even end up doing a photo shoot. We ended up like smoking like 10 J's together, and we talk about life and everything. So after that, somehow, like, he told me he was born the day he was born. That's why I don't know, made me believe something. It's like, damn, I don't want to feel like I took the place of my boy Randy, you know, my big bro. Feel like it's going to be the same thing, but it's like, damn, it's weird that, like, now, you know, it's the reverse. Now I'm the one that's, like, you know, older and he's born the same day, and his kid
Mm-hmm.
somehow kind of look up to me. Like, I felt something, like he looked up to me. It's like he trusted me. So, like, you know, because when he first started, he wasn't really actively rapping.
Mm.
He started to, like, you know, I'm about to take this shit seriously, but then
Wow.
no.
So when you
So
first met Tsunami, he wasn't even rapping, like
he
actively
probably dropped
rapping.
a couple of songs in there, but
Right.
he wasn't really rapping. Like, you know, he was
Wow.
just like, you know,
His music has
whatever.
evolved very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. And
Wow.
He's just a natural.
so yeah, after that day, told him, like, you know, come to the crib, come check some shit out, you know, and we'll see what's gonna go from there. So he
Mm-hmm.
came to the crib, and we wrote our first song that we made together. Like, you know, we had a great time creating.
What
Like,
was
you
the
know, it
title of
was
your first song together? I can't
"Fuck Your
recall.
Clout."
Clout. Okay.
Yeah, "Fuck Your Clout." It was our
Okay.
first song together, and
Fuck
yeah,
your clout.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that came after that. Like, thing is history. Like, after we made that song, and that song kind of like also got us buzz. Like, because after that he never performed. So I got him a show on New Year, you know, on the 2017, 2018 New Year's, his first rap show. So I got him into that, and he was so thankful for that. Like after that, like that just seals the deal. It's like, yo, we became like, we start hanging out with each other like every day, every day. Like we'll be in the booth, like you see me, you see him, like, you know, and till this day we're like that. Like, you know, his mom
That's
like calling
tight.
me like a son. Like, you know, it's just like we like that.
It's
We
good to
went
hear
to
that.
LA. When we met Kanye in LA, he was with me. You know, it's like we went through so many ups and downs with this music. So that's why the music comes out the way it is. It's not no gimmick. It's not no force shit. It's like we really like live like experience that we really talk about it and what we are. You could feel like how organic it is, like, you know, a collab. A lot of people say that about us, you know, even like I put this in labels or whatever, like we go in New York, like, you know, in offices, they notice that. They're like, yo, I like the, like, you guys really blend in with each other. You guys have
Yeah,
that
you could tell
chemistry.
you guys have a solid brotherhood for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people just click like that, and I feel like that's you two. You sounds like you guys just click like that because you guys are pretty much vibrating on the same frequency, and y'all just
Mm-hmm.
came together and made something even more great. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
good to hear that, man, for sure. Now, I think that the most important thing about being a successful artist is that you not only acknowledge, but you know and you understand your fan base, your target audience.
Mm-hmm.
And with you, your fan base is so diverse. So I'm curious as to
Yeah.
how do you speak to all of your fans and connect with all of your fans, being as though you have such a diverse fan base.
Because I'm myself, you know.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not, you know, and people can relate that when I approach somebody, I'm being myself. Don't accept me, it's fine. You know, I'm not going to push you to accept me. But for those who accept me, they gravitate towards me. They learn, like, you know, as somebody. And so many level, like, you know, like, I'm a person, I'm a socialite. Like, you know, like, I joke a lot, you know, I make people laugh a lot around me. Like, we're always
You
having
do.
a good time. That when
Good
you're around
energy,
me,
good
you're having
time.
a good time, and people like just want that. Like, you know, sometimes it gets overwhelming because sometimes people just want that. Like, you know, like, but yeah, like basically that's who I am. I'm just me around people. I don't have no facade who trying to be. And you know, over the years, like as far as when I grew as a man, as a man that I am today, like, you know, certain truth that I had to accept about myself and feel more comfortable to be like addressed it, even in my music, even to
Mm-hmm.
talk about, you know, because I feel like, you know, when you're younger, there's certain things you want to be like, you don't want to feel like you're outcast too much. You still want to be yourself, but you still want to be in the loop, so you can't be, you
Right.
know.
You
But
still trying
as
to
the
fit
more
in a little
you
bit, but
grew up
still want to
as
be
a
yourself.
person, exactly, you start finding your
Right.
true self, and you start be like, oh, now I don't have to, like, you don't feel I'm me, you know. So now everything is really receptive from your own perception. So that's how I see it. Like, I just be myself, you know. Like, yeah, like, accept people for who they are. Like, you
Yeah.
know, that's the problem. People
That's a
like,
major key right there.
yeah, like, you
Major
know, I
key.
don't I don't judge for the past. Like, I know a lot of people that I know have different pasts doing shit that, like, sometimes I don't agree that they did. But
Right.
I'm able to pass that to see the greater good in the person instead of like me focusing on things that like they struggle with, or like, you know, and that may be a problem for them, and that'll be triggering for them to, like, you know. So it's like, you know, I have friends that, like, you know, that went from like, and I don't even prone that, like, you know, uh domestic abuse, you know, like, you know, they went to jail for that, and you know, but you know, and I'm seeing how people like the problem deeply, the problem of the person, like, you know, knowing like
Right.
I'm not condoning the person or the person I knew, like,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
don't
on the other
condone it, but
side.
you understand that
I know
people do things
both
in their
sides of
past
the
and they grow
fence, you
from
know.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
and but the other person was more, he was more a person like I was dealing at a personal level because he was somebody that was around what I'm doing, and he had the potential to do greater good, you know.
Right.
But it's just like mental part. It goes deeply, like, you know, it's a lot of things
Yeah.
like people
Emotional,
don't think,
mental,
like,
Right.
spiritual.
in our community, like, we don't get to see therapists. We don't get. It's not like, I'm not even sorry to say it. It's like a white people thing to go see a therapist. Like, you got money. Our therapy is either if we good, I finding something that make us get out our minds or get out this system to fight against it and to prove to like to and empower other, like, other people to really, like, do something greater to change what's going on.
Now on that note, not to cut you off, but on that note, because you're saying something extremely real right now. And I want to ask you, how do you feel, like, how does your music comment or speak to current political and social issues going on right now in the country,
I always
in the
spoke
world for
about
that
it.
matter?
I always spoke about it, like, from, like, I was young, because based on experience I live myself, so it's like, like, I had to speak about it. My music, me, I'm like, I write about what I live and experience that I live, what I'm saying, and my perception on situations, like, I'm going through, and what I see. So that definitely happened over the years. Like, that even happened before music even happened. I had to deal with, like, racism, like, before I even moved to, like, America. And France is like, I've seen it. So to me, that already stuck to me already, like, and that's been like, I've been talking about it, I've been vocal about it, like, like, I've been vocal about it. There's no
And you definitely have been vocal
projects I
about
can
it.
think, like, I didn't have a song, I didn't mention it, or I didn't, so it's just like, I've been vocal about it, and I'm still gonna be vocal about it, because at the end of the day, things needs to be changed. I believe always on elevation and growth and change in life, if you're really seeking for it. So things gotta happen. So therefore, like, like, it's deeper than that. Like, we see there's certain things that we're not access to for our own mental.
Right.
Like, if you think about it, like, there's a lot of things as a black woman and as a black man, as a black person, it's hard. It's hard to be that human being. We have to do extra than the regular person to make our voice be heard. So that, like, the certain comfort that other minorities have, and especially the white minorities have, I feel like they wouldn't understand where we're coming from, like, on a certain point, and
certain
that
aspects,
also, I want to also, that's why my goal in my music, I want to also, like, know that, like, yo, we can make it. There's no like, fences for you to make it. You know what I'm saying? You want to change, we got to go out there and seek the change. We got to do better. Like, we got to do better. It comes to, like, from everything we put out for the people. Like, we got to do better. Well, we got to think, like, it's not us. We're not going to, people don't think like they're going to be, like, you could be young forever, sure. I guess the expression, like, works, but you're not technically, physically, you're not going to be young forever,
Right.
So I had a couple of questions, since we're talking about the community in general. What would you like to see differently in the community? Like, is there something that you'd like to see us focus on that would promote more community development?
Unity. I feel it's unity. One thing, like, it starts from there. If we're not unified, that's just not going to happen. And we still at the level, like, there's still black folks that believe they're better than certain black folks because affiliation, who they're close to. That has to go. Like, I grew up in France. For example, overseas, black people will ride for black people. You wouldn't, like, it's not no if or but. It's like, you black, we're gonna ride for you. The all race gonna go out. I didn't see, like, never otherwise or black people be like, oh, I'm not doing. Nah, I've been in riots since I was a kid. The year before I moved to America, there was, like, a huge riots in France. And basically on the same thing that's going on. There's, like, 3 kids that was running from the cops, and they were running, like, to a point that, like, they end up going to a central power, like electric power, like, the central post when they have to read the votes and everything. So one went to hide there, and 2 of them died, and one of them was, like, severely burnt from it. And like when the two died, the police, like, and once they found out who did it, like, who they were, it was like progressively, it's like a ticking bomb. Like, people start marching calmly, but then, when they heard one of the teenagers died and the second one died, that shit started getting really bad. And for a month, like, people all over, like, France was just on some shit, like, fuck it. Like, we're going to burn everything and we're going to give a fuck, But everybody was together, like, and I don't know, in the culture that I grew up to, like, even in the project, and it's maybe like, it's hard because I know a lot of people don't know where they're coming from. And that's, as a person, as a human, that's so important, because that is why, like, it's going to unify a minority. You look at, like, Hispanic people, for example, then they know they're not from, like, here. And they know every day people remind them you're not from there. So their identity is like, they don't want us, but we all together because we came from the same plateau. So that's what it is, But us, it's different. There's black people that believe they're from North Carolina, or they're from the area, the neighborhood that they're from, and nothing else. The world stops there,
right?
And the world doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
So and it's that it starts from there, like, unify. When people recognize, like, okay, forget your sub-black, just go based on the skin of what's going on and on what you see on your injustice. Like, don't think you safe. Some people think they're safe, like it's a separation.
Yeah. Indeed.
But it's no, you're not safe from it.
There's so many misconceptions, especially in America, because we've been extremely miseducated and misinformed. And, I know you grew up you were born in Paris, you grew up in Paris. And even to think of that, like, you grew up in the projects in Paris.
Yeah.
You didn't, when people think of Paris, they think of this beautiful, extravagant, lavish place, but there are projects everywhere.
They don't, exactly. And that was also one of my struggles. And I'm glad that you even point that out. Because when people see me, they be like, "Oh, you're not you romantic from Paris." Like, nah, like,
they hear the accent.
No, exactly. Where I'm from, certain kids don't even go downtown Paris. It's like they don't go downtown. The downtown that you saw on TV. Certain kids in my hood, they don't know that shit. They just know what, like, I live in my area, and if I happen to go downtown, I'm gonna go. But to go downtown, it's like a field trip. It's like, it's like going to DC. Like, yo, I'm going to DC, like, downtown. If you live in PG, like, it's the same way. It's the same shit, So, therefore, when people see me, like, my mom still live in the same hood. My uncle still live in the same hood. Like, my friend, like, my hood still support me. Like, maybe I'm in Valley, but they still support me. They still listen to everything I do, like, of the impact, because they know, I know where I'm from, and I know where I started at, So it's just like, but I was fortunate to see the world. I was fortunate to, like, go.
That's the difference maker right there.
People around the world, not just black people from France. I also got the chance to go see my people, like, in Africa, see my roots and learn about it.
And what part of Africa? What part of Africa are you from? Are your roots?
My dad's from Cameroon, and my mom.
Would you say?
My dad's from Cameroon.
Cameroon.
I'm
about to say Cambodia is not. I thought you said Cambodia at first. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, really. Blasian in Africa. That sounds right. But now, and my mom from this small country called Equatorial Guinea. It's like a small island.
Oh, your mom's from Guinea?
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea. That's the only Hispanic country, because there's 3 Guinea in Africa. There's Guinea Conakry, Guinea Bissau, and Equatorial Guinea. And Equatorial Guinea is the only Hispanic country in Africa. This is the only place in Africa that speaks Spanish. There's no other places that speak Spanish in Africa than this country. And it's a small island that's between Cameroon and Gabon. There's still like a volcano, one like on Earth, in places where active volcano is still there in the capital of the city. Beautiful island. It's like beautiful. I like, if I wasn't from there, I would have never thought of a place like that existed. I tell people I'm from there. Even in New York, I met one person from that place all the years I'm in New York. And it's because somebody introduced us, and that person was so happy to meet somebody from there. It's like, wow, like, but because
Wow.
this is a small country, and most people from there either move in Spain because they colonized by Spain. They were colonized by Spain,
Right.
so like
I was
those
gonna say
Spanish
that, but I didn't even
background,
want to say it. I'm like they still holding on to the colonizers' language,
yeah,
which is hard to get rid of after so many generations of
it's
of
still
adherence to
that.
that.
So I've been to that country through my mom because my mom was also like really like the mom and the dad, and she still I feel is like sometimes and she was a woman that like always wanted me to be cultured, like
Yeah.
always know where I'm from, always know like maybe she knew like one day if I like we don't live with each other and I'm far away and wish that happened, like
Yeah.
I always know that like I have a place on earth
Yeah.
regardless of the
Your
place
mother
I'm
played
at.
a
I always
huge
have a
role in your
home.
life, even from afar. That's the
Mhm.
power of a black woman. And it's the beauty, one of the most beautiful parts of black women is that we're so influential, we're so powerful, and we really are nurturers and teachers, and we make sure that we keep our brothers up and holding them and supporting them and holding them above all this madness, and they come out on top when they have a black woman behind them in any way, shape, or fashion. Mother,
Yeah.
sister,
Sure do.
girlfriend, wife, cousin.
No,
Men,
no.
black men
I
especially need
agree.
that support.
Hell yeah. Because shit, I grew up before growing with my dad, I grew up with my mom and my sister.
Right.
I was the only man in the house.
Mhm.
So, and those were like very two influential women, like, my older sister and my mom, and like, my mom taught me a lot, like a lot about life. Like even like fashion, I didn't learn that shit about like, that's who really put me on the brand. That was like, it's funny. Like you be like the kid probably put the parents to the brands and stuff. No, she did it. She told me about like, this is a fashion week. This is what's going on. This is this country. We're going to go there. We're going to see it. Like there's certain
That's
places I've
tight.
seen in the world because of her. And,
Earlier, Waddy and I were just talking about how
mhm.
the woman, black women, we are the teachers, and kind of looking at what you're posting and the messages that you are constantly putting out. I really love and appreciate that you are so vocal and supportive of all of the black women, and most recently our fallen queen, Miss Toyin.
Olu,
Mhm.
Yes,
Olu,
Olu
yeah,
Toyin.
Olu,
So
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher her name. So they've been, her friends call her Toyin, but I really appreciated that because we don't have a lot of our black men speaking up for us.
We
When we
don't.
speak up for them, we are always there to support them. And it was
Yeah,
just really
sure.
nice to see that beautiful honorarium, because she is out here supporting black men lives, all lives, and it's such a shame that a black
She
man
lost her life
took
for
her.
that.
Right. She
For
lost her
that,
life for that.
That's like
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Like I really got me like have a new single that's gonna come out, and I sample her like the beginning because that section of what she's saying really touched me like really, and it's funny because I'm her cousin. Like I'm really
Wow.
friend with
Wow.
her blood cousin. He's actually a good friend of mine. So it's like it's weird that happened, and so but now it's just because the struggle of a black woman, I knew it from. It goes deeper. Like when I was a kid, I saw my mom struggle as a black woman, what she went through as a black woman, and I saw her rise from all that by her own, on her own. So that to me, like that was my first example of even like beyond the point, like she was a woman as a person that I seen that like taught me of like, like when you fall down, you gotta get up and
Get
stay
up.
strong and fight for what you believe. That's the first person that gave me that mentality of that. So that just came along, and her just being a woman, a single woman, just like, just fighting, be the real
Yeah.
MVP. Like she's the real MVP. So I gotta respect that. I can't form a woman. I cannot that. Maybe sometime my friend be like, "Oh, you too romantic. You too on that romantic stuff."
You
That
too
even a
romantic.
girl would
Come
be like, "Yo,
on,
I'm
man.
romantic." But it's just like it's just who I am because I shares that. I shares black woman. I share because the black woman gave me the life, made me who I am today. So I gotta give that. It's naturally that I gotta give that, like and I gotta respect that. Like I have my moments, sure, my song, whatever, like, it's rap entertainment. But at the end of the day, I dedicated a lot of songs to women,
Yes.
in my
Yeah.
career, a lot of songs to women, and I continue to do that and know that you appreciate it, because at
It's
the end,
important
like,
to know that it's you got to separate entertainment from real life, and you definitely do that. And we need to continue to do that, and shout out to mom, man. Shout out to your
yeah,
mother
shout Mom Duke.
for sure, man. Shout her out, man. She's
Yeah,
everything. And
she MVP. She did a great job, and like, it's funny, like, one of, like, my homegirl always said that, she's like, yeah, your mom did a really good job. You're so polite.
yeah,
When you come in my house, it's like the other guys, like, and maybe because she enforced that out of me, like,
right.
it's
She
sometimes
instilled some
like,
greatness in you for sure, man. I tell everybody when I talk about you how good of a man you are. You know what I'm saying? Like your spirit,
That
the
she
way you
did.
think, the way you process information, even the way you approach your work, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell, like you are one of our warriors. You are one of our good
thank
black
you.
men, man, and we need more
Yeah, I
black men out here
appreciate
like you for sure.
I
No,
certainly
definitely,
appreciate
definitely. I appreciate y'all. That means so much to me. Like, for y'all to say that, like, to recognize that, like, and to say that, because I do this sometimes. I don't realize myself. Like, I go too hard, but those moments right now. It's not like, I
Yeah,
value this more than the money, more than just being known. Like, knowing that I'm touching people and people recognize, like, what I'm saying appeals to them, and the person that I am really, like, really
yeah.
make them happy. So, like,
And you just being your
that
genuine
really
self too. You're being your genuine self, so ain't no gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it
yeah.
is. But I want to before our time gets too short, I want to ask you 5 quick questions, and
No,
just
go ahead. Ask me
give me the
anything.
first answer that comes to your head. Okay?
Okay,
If
okay.
you could be a superhero, what superpower would you have?
Teleportation.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. Name your favorite movie.
Damn. Uh, it's from Rush Hour 2.
Okay, hey, I like that movie too. I like
Yo,
that movie.
God, dead ass. I'm not gonna lie. I love this movie.
Okay, now what is your favorite album or mixtape?
Favorite album, my band. It's a tie. Favorite album. Reasonable Doubt.
Mm,
From Jay-Z. And it might be In My Mind from Pharrell, or In
that's
Social
dope.
from NERD. Those three in rotation, like, those are three, like,
What is your favorite or most inspirational place?
Paris. Paris, of
Home
course.
field.
It's the
I like
roots.
that.
It's the roots. It's the
You
roots to
stay true,
everything.
man. I love that. I love that. Now, what
Yeah.
is what is your dream project?
Damn, my dream project, man. Work with Pharrell, like,
Mm,
Pharrell, like,
for
work with him in
real,
the
for
studio.
real.
Yeah, the Neptunes, like, also, like, a couple other people too, like, maybe a bit from Kanye. Why not? Like, there's a lot of people,
That's
like,
dope. That's dope.
do some Kendrick Lamar, like, some people like J. Cole, like, also artists from
Definitely J.
France too.
Cole.
Like,
And
but
before we
yeah, like,
before we do get out of here, I want you to make sure you drop everybody your handles, man, so they can holler at you, listen to your music. Renaissance Man, Allure 2, Allure 3, all the Allures. Listen to Empty Room. Empty Room is a banger. And listen to all of his music. Tell him your handle, bro.
yes, please.
yo, my handle Twitter, Marcus Shizzle, Instagram, Marcus Shizzles, Marcus, one S, because a lot of people put two S for no reason.
Hmm.
It's just one S, HIZZLE. You Google me, everything's just gonna come out. Twitter, Instagram. As far as, like, music, type me on every platform. Marc Andre, MARCANDRE, and Renaissance Man, self-titled project. You see it, MT.
Man, we
All
thank
my
you so
titles
much,
is there.
bro. We thank you so much, man.
No,
Renaissance Man
thank
is
you
a
so
banger,
much.
and
It's a
y'all,
great
I'm
interview.
telling
Thank you
y'all
so
gotta
much.
listen to it. It's definitely
Thank
been
you,
a
sis.
pleasure, and it's been an honor to sit here with you and really catch up with you. I know we haven't caught up in probably almost a year for real. I mean, we always stay in contact. We haven't
Always stay in
actually
contact, but
sit down and talk for a minute, but it's blessings to you, man, and I really wish you more success in the future. And I know it's gonna happen for you, and we're gonna do everything we can here at True Culture to
nah,
continue to support
definitely.
what you do.
Absolutely.
I should be in the DMV soon. So when I touch down, we're definitely gonna link up,
As
get a drink if
always,
anything. You know, why not chop it up and
hell yeah, we're gonna
more
definitely link up,
relaxed
brother.
setting and stuff. You know,
Now I want to leave
definitely.
this. I
Thank
want to
you.
leave this on a positive note. Today we're going to leave it with the Fannie Lou Hamer quote. The quote of today is never forget where you come from and always praise the bridges that carried us over. And I wanna say one more quote by Fannie Lou Hamer because this is like really one of my favorite quotes by her.
Mm-hmm.
When I liberate myself, I liberate others. If you don't speak out, ain't nobody going to speak out for you. So rest in paradise, Fannie Lou Hamer. We shall carry your legacy on, and you shall
Yes.
live through us. We want
Yes.
to thank Marc Andre again. Make sure you guys stay tuned to True Culture or Human Nature TV on YouTube. Thank you so much, Jay Sade, for being here with me, my co-host, my
Thank
partner
you.
in
Thank you, sister.
Shine.
Thank you.
And the revolution may not be televised, but it will be broadcasted. True Culture
Mm-hmm.
on Human Nature
That's right.
TV. Peace.
That's right. Peace.